So Pigtronix began as a joke between friends in 2001 when I was in my senior year of college in Middlebury College in Vermont. My good friend Brian Bethke, who has been my business partner all these years, we had a mutual friend whose name was Pigpen, for reasons still we don't know. But he was given that name by the Frisbee team, and he was a physics major, and he was also a guitar player. And for his senior physics sort of independent project, he put together an envelope-controlled phase shifter that was an optical phaser built off of Craig Anderton's instructions in the Electronic Projects for Musicians book. So Pigpen put together this incredible optical phaser that had both an LFO in it to get the rotary phaser sounds, as well as an envelope to nail that Jerry Garcia estimated profit talking envelope sound that Jerry got out of the Mutron. Pigpen then taught me how to solder, and together we made an optical compressor and another envelope phaser in a rack, and it never really worked right. And then we all graduated, and I moved off to New York City to work in a record label. And my friend Brian, who had majored in economics and Chinese, had just come back from China on a visit and said to me, "Hey man, you remember back in the day when we joked about having a guitar pedal company? Why don't we go ahead and do that?" By the time we had hit 2003, we went to the Summer NAMM show with the first envelope phaser. We were very fortunate to have gotten some traction right out of the gate. I, of course, had contacted Craig Anderton and asked for his blessing to do this. And although he couldn't join our company at the time, he encouraged me to go for it. So with the encouragement of some of those sort of godfathers of the industry, we went ahead and put together the envelope phaser and made the first run of them. So early adopters included Victor Wooten, Bakithi Kumalo, John Schofield, and very importantly, Eric Krasno from Soul Live. So with the success of the envelope phaser in the marketplace, I called up one of my friends and mentors, Analog Mike from Analog Man, and I said, "Listen, I need a guru." And he said, "Well, you got to meet Howard Davis." Howard Davis is a virtuoso engineer who designed the original Electro-Harmonix Deluxe Memory Man, as well as the Polychorus and the Polyphaser and the Deluxe Big Muff and the Octave Multiplexer, and basically all of the really cool stuff in the big box format, the high-end analog gear that they made in the late 70s into the early 80s. And we developed first the Distortion Pedal, and so the Distortion was the first truly original design. This was not a Craig Anderton design. This was a Howard Davis and David Koltai collaboration, and it was a unique pedal in that it offered overdrive and fuzz in parallel. So this is a technique that you'll see producers employ in the studio, where you'll either mic multiple amps or use multiple signal chains of distortion pedals and then recombine them to make one very large sound. So we wanted to do that inside a pedal, and we strapped an original octave up design to the front end of that. And so you start to see already, right in the very beginning, some of the themes of Pigtronix that have played out over the last 14 years of envelope control, parallel processing, and extreme touch sensitivity. I always wanted to make a product line that was based on a concept, and that concept is futuristic audio technology.